Right. Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Rule Well, and salutations to the Akim around the world, pushing this truth and sincerity. I'd like to do a short topic called Who is thy brother and thy sister and thy mother? Because some people don't understand it. When you come in the truth, these things has changed. And it's changed for a reason. I'll go to Hebrews. I'll go to Hebrews 13, verse 1. It says, let brotherly love continue. Which is something very important, because it's actually one of the two greatest laws, to love your neighbor as yourself. Now, the scriptures also show you who is your brother when you actually learn the truth. And it have reasons why the scriptures say things like this. It said in Mark 3, I'll start from 31, it say, there came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him, calling him. And the multitude sat about him, and they said unto him, behold, thy brother and thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. Right? It say on 33, and he answered them, saying, who is my mother and my brethren? So he asking them, who is my mother and my brethren? And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of the Most High, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. Now, it have very good reasons why the scriptures tell us. Because the same Matthew 10 from 34, it say, he come to set a man against your own household. Because you realize when you start to do the right thing, you'll realize that the people who are on the same mindset as you, you'll be closer to them. And the ones who continue living wickedly, you'll start to be further away from them. Because all they're doing is wickedness. And the only thing a person who's set in wickedness could teach you is to do wickedness also. So, in some way, you will have some kind of division with them. And that's something you gotta get accustomed to. Once they're in this system, and they're set in this system, that's how it will be. I have a video here to explain it a little better.
Is our enemy.
I say the Matrix. No, they got the idea from the Matrix, from this world, because we in a system right now where they're teaching nothing but lies. We grew up just like we was in the Matrix. They grew up thinking one thing was one thing when it was really something else. They grew up teaching we that right was wrong and wrong was right. Teaching we that we as Africans, teach we opposed to the lies. The program we into this system. And so after you learn the truth, you realize that this system is your enemy.
When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy.
Because some people just think that they don't have to be good and they don't have to be bad, they're just normal. Wrong. As long as you're not for the Most High, you automatically belong to Satan. So until, whether it be a brother, it be a friend, it be a mother, as long as they're still connected to that system and its philosophies, they are your enemy. One way or the other, they could cause problems for you. Whether you might tell them you shouldn't take the chip, when they're going to take the chip, they're going to come next to you and they're going to come and give you the chip. Or they might even encourage you to do it. As long as they're connected to the system, they are your enemy.
You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged.
That's a good example. A lot of people you try to teach, they don't want to change. They love this system. They want to be a part of it. They want to do wickedly, which is how the 2/3 will be until the end.
And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they
Right. That's like I say, the scriptures say, if any man worship the beast and his image, you understand, they depend on the system and they will fight to protect it. The prophecy even states that in latter days, brother will betray brother. That's the brothers who didn't want to let go of the system. They will start to betray the ones who actually let it go. Which is why the people of this world, it's true you will love your mother, you will love your brother and so forth. But yeah, if you realize that they're connected to the system and they don't want to do the will of the Most High, you have to keep a distance from them. You have to keep a distance from them. Because at some point in time, they're destined to die, as the scriptures say. As long as they don't want to do the will of the Most High, when the Messiah comes back, they will die. Whether you see them die, or whether they die when that day comes, they're destined to die. So one way or the next, you have to learn to let them go.
Listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was, again.
Even the lust of the world, drawing back into the system, as it is, see, with plenty people. So there's Proverbs 13, verse 13, it say, who despiseth the word shall be destroyed, which is the people who would never change, which will be most of your family and friends. So you ought to understand from now, especially if you're a man in the truth, as soon as you come in the truth, you ought to know to separate yourself from them. Because whether you see them die, or they die in the last days, the mark for death. That is something you have to get used to. It doesn't be something easy, because some people is be more sensitive than others. But you have to learn to let these people go. Your new real family is the ones who do the will of the Most High. Sure, you can still talk to your pops and your moms, you know, what you seen, but they on different mindsets as you. It say, who despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandments shall be rewarded. Now, most of your family will despise the word, and the men that doing the will of the Most High, them is the ones who you go last with until the end. So you gotta make a choice. If you choose not to release the people in the world and stay connected to them, when it's time for them to go, you're the only one who will feel it, because they're destined to go. It said in Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, the book of Sirach, 37 verse 12, it say, but be continually with a godly man, who thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord. And Sirach kind of like a Proverbs of the Apocrypha. So there's a lot of wisdom in this book. It said, but be continually with a godly man, who thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. You understand? So it's telling you to be with people with the same mindset as you. As the scriptures say, sit not with the ungodly, or in the seat of sinners, because all them could teach you is to do the same thing that they're doing. They can't teach you anything useful. They can't teach you anything constructive. So you have to learn that it's true you could talk to these people, but you have to learn to let them go. Because as soon as they start to scoff or the distance yourself from the word of the Most High, the true word, they have a bullseye on their head. And whether you see them go, or they act, or they go in the last days, they're destined to go. You have to learn to accept that. Right? Alright, there's a short breakdown on who is thy brother and sister and mother. Alright? And with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Rule Well. And salutations to the Akim around the world, pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.